Thanks for joining me today, Little Hawks. This is Matt from the School Counseling Office. Today we're going to be talking about ISASP, the Iowa Statewide Assessment of Student Progress. I want to remind us of our school motto here at City High, TSTL. Little Hawks are team players, scholars, and thoughtful leaders. We're team players helping everyone feel safe and welcome. We're scholars here to learn and grow every day. We're thoughtful, making choices that value and validate ourselves and our community. And we're leaders, holding ourselves and others accountable to create a positive atmosphere. So, a little bit more about the ISASP test. Who will take these tests? Well, all 9th, 10th, and 11th graders will take the ISASP test. When will we take them? We'll take them Tuesday, April 8th, and Wednesday, April 9th. Where are we going to take them? We're going to report to our 5th period class on both days of testing. That's right, our 5th period class on both days of testing, unless you're given another testing location. If you do not have a 5th hour class, your testing location will be emailed to you and posted in the main foyer on test day as well. Please be sure to check your email in case you'll be testing in a different room other than your 5th hour class. I want to give a heads up to our Kirkwood Academy students. You will be expected to be in attendance at City High for ISASP testing. Please notify your professor ahead of time that you will not be at class at Kirkwood on the 8th or the 9th of April, since you'll be right here at City High taking your ISASP test. So you can go ahead and take out your Chromebook at this time, since we'll need your computer for the rest of our advisory lesson today. So, as Mr. Bacon said earlier in his awesome message to us to try to beat our scores from last year, we are going to go check those scores so we know where we should be aiming as we set our goals to finish strong this year and do our best with ISASP testing. So, to do this, we need to log into Infinite Campus. And so hopefully you guys already know how to do this, but just in case you aren't aware how to check Infinite Campus, I'm going to bring us through some directions. So first, we'll open Chrome, our internet browser. Once we've opened Chrome, we will find the ICCSD Links tab on the top left corner of our screen. From there, we'll select Infinite Campus. Once you've selected Infinite Campus, you'll choose Google Sign In and sign in with your school email. I'll give you a few moments to do that. So once we're into Infinite Campus, hopefully you guys are all there. If not, your teacher can pause the video real quick. But once we're into Infinite Campus, we can go to More in the left-hand menu. You'll see it's squared in red. So once we've clicked More, then we can click where it says Assessments. After you've clicked these two icons, you can review your previous ISASP scores. So take a look, whether it be your math score, your science score, your reading score, your English language score. Take a look at your score, and this is a score that we're going to be aiming to beat, to top this year, because you guys are all very capable of doing an awesome job. So a little bit more about the structure of the tests we'll be taking. They're all online, and we'll be taking them on our school-issued Chromebook. We'll be logging into the test using a testing ticket with a username and password, which you'll get on testing day. So don't worry, we'll provide that for you. Some pro tips while we take the test: please don't press complete or that you're finished till you've answered all the questions on the test. So be very mindful of answering all the questions that are listed for you to answer. Students may not skip questions in the reading or science tests because these two tests are adaptive. Students can bookmark or flag or save math and language arts and writing questions and return to them. All right, folks, let's take a quick glance at our schedules for Tuesday, April 8th and Wednesday, April 9th. You'll notice that we'll be testing in the morning before we eat lunch. Sophomores, 10th graders, pay very close attention because you guys are required to show up by 8:50 on our first testing day. You guys have an extra test to take, the science test, so I appreciate you guys being team players, ready to rock, and getting all settled on time to do a great job on your science tests. The rest of the ninth and 11th graders will show up around 10 a.m. on the first day of testing to start the language arts and writing test. I want to draw your attention to Wednesday, April 9th schedule. Everyone has to be here before 8:50, ready to roll on the reading tests, which is for 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. Then we'll have a quick break, then we'll take care of the math test. After testing on Wednesday, we will have an extended lunch period. During this long lunch, we will have Kona Ice available on location to celebrate the end of ISASP testing. So that's something to look forward to after you do a great job in your tests. I'll give you a moment to review this schedule. Make sure you find your grade level and make sure you know which times you need to be present for ISASP testing. All 9th through 11th graders are required and mandated to take these tests. So make sure you know when to be here. And I appreciate you guys being thoughtful about these schedules. I'll just remind you quickly that we can only use our Chromebooks for ISASP testing, so we cannot use our own personal devices or computers. What will you need to bring on those testing days? Well, you'll need your Chromebook and fully charged Chromebook on both days. So make sure it's all charged before you come to school. Make sure to bring your charger with you just in case. You will not need a calculator because there's a calculator tool built into the test for the math and science assessments that you can use. Please place your backpack in the front of the room with your cell phone turned off during testing. Some prohibited items on test day include cell phones, Apple Watches, or other smart devices. Students will be allowed to read after completing the test, or your teachers might have some other activities that you can engage in. You'll notice on the right side of the screen the list of prohibited calculators for ISASP testing. So I am going to read quickly the student oath that we must acknowledge for our upcoming tests. Because we're team players, scholars, and thoughtful leaders, we're just going to do a great job at following all the things we need to for testing. So I pledge to follow the honor code and to obey all rules for taking exams. And I understand that when asked to follow the honor code on exams, I must follow the rules below. I will not use personal electronics to capture test items or responses. I will not provide assistance nor accept assistance from other students. I will not discuss test items or responses with students who have not yet tested. I will not share test tickets or retain test tickets or scratch paper after testing. So take a look real quick. Your Chromebook may be in need of updating. So we want to make sure that's all squared away before we do our testing. How do you update Chrome? Well, I got some directions for you right here. You'll open Chrome if you don't already have it open already. On the upper right-hand corner of Chrome, you will see 3 vertical dots. It's the customize and control icon. Once you've found that, you will click Help. Then you will click About Chrome OS. Then you'll click Check for Updates. And if Chrome updates, you may need to restart. So I'll just give a few seconds to check that. Now we are going to verify TestNav. TestNav is the interface where students will be taking ISASP testing. So the way to get to TestNav is to sign out of your Chromebook. I'll give you a second to do that. Once you're signed out of your Chromebook, you'll click Apps in the lower left-hand corner. Then you'll click TestNav. And then you'll verify that the TestNav application opens. So we're just checking to see if our Chromebooks have the TestNav application and that it opens for you, okay? If you do not have TestNav on your Chromebook, please visit the tech office or the guidance office as soon as you possibly can. We want to make sure we're all set to go. So I'm going to run over quickly what this might look like actually on your screens, on your side of things. After you sign out of your Chromebook, you'll click on the apps in the lower left-hand corner. Once you've clicked apps, you'll find the TestNav icon. Once you've clicked the TestNav icon, you'll have to select the state of Iowa because after all, that's where we're going to be testing at, so they need to know. So you may only see this screen one time, and then hopefully it will just skip this step next time, but you can always just click Iowa if you need to. So in our last step, this is where we're actually going to be putting in the information from our testing tickets with our username and passwords to access our tests. Don't have to worry about that right now. That will be all ready for you on test day. So I just want to thank you guys so much for giving this attention. This stuff is important, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to join and soak in this information for a second. So you've got this, Little Hawks, and thank you so much.